Is the Georgia Peach, your host with the motherfucking most. I hope you're well today. I almost didn't go live today. I said, well, I reckon I'd come on for a little while. I hope everyone is doing well. Always keeping the attitude of gratitude. Being thankful for what you have as well as for what you don't have, because it's always going to get greater later. Believe that. You can't keep us chosen ones down. This is just a little setback for a big major comeback. So now let's get in there without further ado. This is fair use for educational purposes. This is Chris Brandon with the Astrology podcast. He's going to be explaining the whole sign house system.
Hi, my name is Chris Brennan with the astrologyschool.com. The purpose of this video is to talk about the whole sign house system. Alright, so let's get right into it. First, let's define our topic. So, whole sign houses is a method or a form of house division of dividing an astrological chart into 12 sectors or zones, or what's called houses. So the concept of the 12 houses has been in use for about 2,000 years now. We can trace the concept back to the Hellenistic tradition starting somewhere around the 1st century BCE. And when you go that far back, one of the things that you actually notice, or that over the past 20 or 30 years that researchers who went that far back and studied the ancient Greco-Roman astrological traditions, what they discovered is that whole sign houses appears to have been the oldest form of house division, so the oldest approach to dividing up the 12 houses. And it also seems to be the predominant or the most popular form of house division for the first 600 or 700 years of the practice of Western astrology, or at least the system of astrology that uses planets, signs, aspects, and houses. That system seems to have originated around the 1st century BCE, and for about the first 700 years, the system that was used the most frequently in their surviving birth charts and in the surviving astrological manuals is the whole sign house system. So it's important for that reason for let's say, historical purposes, but it also has important conceptual and practical implications for astrologers as well. So the system actually, despite being that popular for the first several centuries of the practice of Western astrology, the system was actually lost during the Middle Ages. And it's only since in the past 20 or 30 years, since the 1980s and 1990s, that whole sign houses has been recovered in the astrological tradition. So that's a little bit of background about the topic, about its history and its recent recovery. Let's talk about actually defining the concept. So whole sign houses is actually the simplest method of house division, or at least it's one of the most straightforward methods, because all you have to do in order to calculate whole sign houses is determine what sign of the zodiac the ascendant is located in. And whatever sign of the zodiac that is, that entire sign becomes the first house in the chart. So, for example, let's say that the ascendant is somewhere in the zodiacal sign of Cancer when a person is born. So in that case, Cancer would become the first house. So from 0 to 30 degrees of Cancer would become the first house in that person's chart. And then what you do in order to calculate the rest of the houses is that they all coincide with the subsequent zodiacal signs in zodiacal order, which is counterclockwise. So if Cancer is rising, Cancer is the first house, then that means the next sign in zodiacal order, which is Leo, becomes the second house. And then the sign after that, which is Virgo, would become the third house. And the sign after that, Libra, would become the fourth house, and so on and so forth. So in the whole sign house system, there's always 12 houses, and they perfectly coincide with each of the 12 signs. So this is actually probably the reason why there are 12 houses to begin with, rather than some other number like 4 or 8 or 36. It's because the 12 houses were originally meant to coincide with the 12 signs of the zodiac using the whole sign house system. So it's pretty straightforward and easy to calculate. Whatever your rising sign is, that becomes the first house. It doesn't matter if the ascendant is really early in the sign or really late in the sign. It becomes, that rising sign becomes the first house nonetheless. And then the sign after that becomes the second house, and the sign after that becomes the third house, and so on and so forth. So in this approach, the 10th house is always the 10th sign relative to the rising sign. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to calculate. You just need to know what sign of the zodiac the ascendant is located in, basically. And then you can calculate whole sign houses in anyone's chart. So the next question that often comes up is, what do you do then about the midheaven? So what about the degree of the midheaven? And in whole sign houses, the degree of the midheaven, or the meridian, actually floats around the top half of the chart, and it can fall in a number of different whole sign houses, and it acts like a sensitive point, kind of like the vertex or the lot of fortune does, the part of fortune in some modern astrological charts, at least in terms of how modern astrologers often treat those points. And what happens is that the degree of the midheaven will import 10th house significations into whatever whole sign house it falls. So if the degree of the midheaven falls in the 9th whole sign house, then it's going to import, and it's going to double up on significations from both the 9th house and the 10th house in the 9th sign relative to the rising sign. Or if the degree of the midheaven falls in the 11th sign from the rising sign, so the 11th whole sign house, then it will double up 10th house and 11th house significations in the entirety of that sign. So again, the degree of the midheaven is like a sensitive point that floats around the top half of the chart and imports significations into whatever house it falls. So the degree of the IC does the same thing, except it imports 4th house significations into whatever whole sign house it falls in the bottom half of the chart. So in that way, and this usage is actually outlined already in a 2nd century text by the astrologer Vedius Malins. But in that way, the approach to whole sign houses already represents a sort of hybrid approach between the whole sign approach and the other systems of quadrant house division, just by taking into account the degree of the MC and the degree of the IC and using them as sensitive points. There's also other ways that you could use hybrid approaches in order to incorporate other forms of house division on top of whole sign houses. But the important point is just using whole sign houses as a starting point or as a foundation for determining the basic significations of the houses and then building on that from there. So the whole sign houses is actually a pretty useful form of house division, and it's a pretty impressive form of house division once you actually test it out. And one of the recommendations that I usually have for people if they want to test it to see if it works is to apply transits to whole sign houses and to start looking at their chart and the charts of other people that you want to study through the lens of whole sign houses using transits. And the way to do this, the most effective or the most sort of impressive demonstration that you can do, or impressive test, is to look at ingresses of planets into new zodiacal signs. Because one of the things that you realize when you're studying transits through the lens of whole sign houses is that when a planet moves into a new sign of the zodiac, it's also moving into a new house in the whole sign house system, because the cusps of the zodiacal signs are essentially the cusps of the houses in the whole sign approach. So sometimes you can see this with interplanet transits, but it's typically actually most impressive or striking with outer planet transits, like watching Saturn move from one zodiacal sign to another, and then seeing if the topics shift in that person's life of Saturn moving from one whole sign house to another. For example, a shift of Saturn going from the 4th whole sign house and matters having to do with the home and the living situation of the parents perhaps being more prominent, versus Saturn moving into the 5th whole sign house, and suddenly other topics related to the 5th house, like the topic of children, becoming more prominent in the person's life. So there's many different sort of combinations or variations you can do in terms of studying Venus ingresses or Jupiter ingresses or Mars ingresses or what have you. But the basic point is just that you can test to see if whole sign houses is working by studying your transits and studying planetary ingresses to see if new topics are coming up as soon as the planets switch signs. And I'm actually pretty confident that if you do that test, and if you do it thoroughly enough, you'll actually see that there's something going on there that, that this approach to house division should actually merit more attention on your part. But I'll leave that up to you to test to see what you find. Let's see, other points to make. I think that's about it. So, as I said, one of the things about this approach is that even though it was the most popular form of house division for several hundred years, for nearly a millennia, it was lost during the course of the Middle Ages. And it's only in the 1980s and 1990s that this approach to house division has been rediscovered in the West. And so suddenly Western astrologers are starting to use it again, and it's actually becoming quite popular. So that I've seen 2 polls recently that said that whole sign houses is now the second most used system of house division next to Placidus, with Placidus, of course, being the primary form of house division that most modern astrologers have used over the course of the past century. But it's interesting to see where things are headed, and lots of people are getting excited about whole sign houses and starting to integrate it into their approaches to astrology, either as their only approach to house division or as a secondary approach in addition to other forms like Placidus or Porphyry or equal houses or what have you. So I'd encourage you to check it out, to research it for yourself, and I think you'll like what you find. All right, so that's it for this video on the whole sign house system. If you want to learn more about the history of ancient house division and how the different forms of house division came about, I actually have a chapter on that topic in my recent book, which is titled Hellenistic Astrology.
Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to Wisdom Drop.
And I am back with another video for you guys this week. And today I'm going to be talking about a topic that many people ask me about in the Astrology Facebook group. There are always questions and comments and posts about this. And this is the most common question I receive from clients and students of astrology, which has to do with tropical versus the sidereal zodiac, and also which house system to use, what's right, what's wrong, which one is best, which one do I use and how do I use it, or which ones do I use, I should say, because I do use multiple house systems in, my interpretations that I use. And, what does it all mean, right? And what should we be listening to when we're
activated on the laptop?
That was not serious.
It was serious.
That was not Sarah. That was not serious. That's somebody in your parents.
Siri wanted to get on the conversation tonight.
Okay, but Siri now wants you to shut up. Justin, would you please shut up?
Silence.
And so, to all of those who I missed not calling for Mother's Day, please know that I was aware I was working, but happy belated Mother's Day to each and every single one of you.
Oh, I got the audio working now. Oh, this dude right here,
You look so fine. You know my mind again.
You just be showing off. Yeah. The one thing I gotta say is that man sung for 30 minutes straight. No water, no break, no.
It would be profoundly difficult to overstate the influence of Plato on the history of philosophy. From theology and metaphysics to politics, aesthetics, ethics, and on, virtually every aspect of Western philosophy has been influenced by or is a reaction to that greatest student of Socrates. Perhaps Whitehead put it best when he described all of Western philosophy as consisting of, quote, a series of footnotes to Plato. Despite this enormous impact, Plato's actual inner teachings may remain hidden from us. There is good, though controversial, reason to believe that the inner core of Plato's teachings were never
in color. Some of the statues of Serapis must have been formed of extremely hard substances, for when a Christian soldier, carrying out the edict of Theodosius, struck the Alexandrian Serapis with his axe, that instrument was shattered into fragments, and sparks flew from it. It is also quite probable that Serapis was worshipped in the form of a serpent, in common with many of the higher deities of the Egyptian and Greek pantheons. Serapis was called Theon Heptagrammaton, or the god with the name of 7 letters. The name Serapis, like Abraxas and Mithras, contains 7 letters. In their hymns to Serapis, the priests chanted the 7 vowels. Occasionally, Serapis is depicted with horns or a coronet of 7 rays. These evidently represented the 7 divine intelligences manifesting through the solar light. The Encyclopedia Britannica notes that the earliest authentic mention of Serapis is in connection with the death of Alexander. Such was the prestige of Serapis that he alone of the gods was consulted in behalf of the dying king. The Egyptian secret school of philosophy was divided into the lesser and the greater mysteries, the former being sacred to Isis and the latter to Serapis and Osiris. Wilkinson is of the opinion that only the priests were permitted to enter the greater mysteries. Even the heir to the throne was not eligible until he had been crowned pharaoh, when, by virtue of his kingly office, he automatically became a priest and the temporal head of the state religion. See Wilkinson's Manners and Customs of the Egyptians. A limited number were admitted into the greater mysteries. These preserved their secrets inviolate. Much of the information concerning the rituals of the higher degrees of the Egyptian mysteries had been gleaned from an examination of the chambers and passageways in which the initiations were given. Under the temple of Serapis, destroyed by Theodosius, were found strange mechanical contrivances constructed by the priests in the subterranean crypts and caverns where the nocturnal initiatory rites were celebrated. These machines indicate the severe tests of moral and physical courage undergone by the candidates. After passing through these torturous ways, the neophytes who survived the ordeals were ushered into the presence of Serapis, a noble and awe-inspiring figure illumined by unseen lights. A symbolic labyrinth from Montfaucon's Antiquities. Labyrinths and mazes were favored places of initiation among many ancient cults. Remains of these mystic mazes have been found among the American Indians, Hindus, Persians, Egyptians, and Greeks. Some of these mazes are merely involved pathways lined with stones. Others are literally miles of gloomy caverns under temples or hollowed from the sides of mountains. The famous labyrinth of Crete, in which roamed the bull-headed Minotaur, was unquestionably a place of initiation into the Cretan mysteries. Labyrinths were also a striking feature in connection with the rites of Serapis, and E.A. Wallace Budge, in his Gods of the Egyptians, depicts Serapis, or Minotaur-like, with the body of a man and the head of a bull. Labyrinths were symbolic of the involvements and delusions of the lower world, through which wanders the soul of man in its search for truth. In the labyrinth dwells the lower animal man with the head of the bull, who seeks to destroy the soul entangled in the maze of worldly ignorance. In this relation, Serapis becomes the trier, or adversary, who tests the souls of those seeking union with the immortals. The maze was also doubtless used to represent the solar system, the bull man representing the sun dwelling in the mystic maze of its planets, moons, and asteroids. The Gnostic mysteries were acquainted with the arcane meaning of Serapis, and through the medium of Gnosticism, this god became inextricably associated with early Christianity. In fact, the Emperor Hadrian, while traveling in Egypt in AD 24, declared in a letter to Servianus that the worshippers of Serapis were Christians, and that the bishops of the church also worshipped at his shrine. He even declared that the patriarch himself, when in Egypt, was forced to adore Serapis as well as Christ. See Parsons' New Light on the Great Pyramid. The little suspected importance of Serapis as a prototype of Christ can be best appreciated after a consideration of the following extract from C.W. King's Gnostics and Their Remains. There can be no doubt that the head of Serapis, marked as the face is by a grave and pensive majesty, supplied the first idea for the conventional portraits of the Savior. The Jewish prejudices of the first converts were so powerful that we may be sure no attempt was made to depict his countenance until some generations after all that had beheld it on earth had passed away. Serapis gradually usurped the positions previously occupied by the other Egyptian and Greek gods, and became the supreme deity of both religions. His power continued until the 4th century of the Christian era. In AD 385, Theodosius, that would-be exterminator of pagan philosophy, issued his memorable edict, De Idolo Serapidis Dairoendo. When the Christian soldiers, in obedience to this order, entered the Serapeum at Alexandria to destroy the image of Serapis which had stood there for centuries, so great was their veneration for the god that they dared not touch the image, lest the ground should open at their feet and engulf them. At length, overcoming their fear, they demolished the statue, sacked the building, and finally, as a fitting climax to their offense, burned the magnificent library which was housed within the lofty apartments of the Serapeum. Several writers have recorded the remarkable fact that Christian symbols were found in the ruined foundations of this pagan temple. Socrates, a church historian of the 5th century, declared that after the pious Christians had raised the Serapeum at Alexandria and scattered the demons who dwelt there under the guise of gods, beneath the foundations was found the monogram of Christ. 2 quotations will further establish the relationship existing between the mysteries of Serapis and those of other ancient peoples. The first is from Richard Payne Knight's Symbolical Language of Ancient Art and Mythology. Hence Varro, in De Lingua Latina, says that Selim and Terra, that is universal mind and productive body, were the great gods of the Samothracian mysteries, and the same as the Serapis and Isis of the later Egyptians, the Tautus and Astarte of the Phoenicians, and the Saturn and Ops of the Latins. The second quotation is from Albert Pike's Morals and Dogma. "Thee," says Martianus Capella in his Hymn to the Sun, "dwellers on the Nile adore as Serapis, and Memphis worships as Osiris. In the sacred rites of Persia thou art Mithras, in Phrygia Attis, and Libya bows down to thee as Ammon, and Phoenician Byblos as Adonis. Thus the whole world adores thee under different names." The Odinic Mysteries. The date of the founding of the Odinic Mysteries is uncertain, some writers declaring that they were established in the 1st century before Christ, others the 1st century after Christ. Robert McCoy, 33rd degree, gives the following description of their origin. It appears from the Northern Chronicles that in the 1st century of the Christian era, Sige, the chief of the Asser, an Asiatic tribe, emigrated from the Caspian Sea and the Caucasus into northern Europe. He directed his course northwesterly from the Black Sea to Russia, over which, according to tradition, he placed one of his sons as a ruler, as he is said to have done over the Saxons and the Franks. He then advanced through Cimbria to Denmark, which acknowledged his fifth son, Skjold, as its sovereign, and passed over to Sweden, where Gilf, who did homage to the wonderful stranger and was initiated into his mysteries, then ruled. He soon made himself master here, built Sigtuna as the capital of his empire, and promulgated a new code of laws and established the sacred mysteries. He himself assumed the name of Odin, founded the priesthood of the 12 Drotars, or Druids, who conducted the secret worship and the administration of justice, and as prophets revealed the future. The secret rites of these mysteries celebrated the death of Balder, the beautiful and lovely, and represented the grief of gods and men at his death and his restoration to life. General history of Freemasonry. After his death, the historical Odin was apotheosized, his identity being merged into that of the mythological Odin, god of wisdom, whose cult he had promulgated. Odinism then supplanted the worship of Thor, the Thunderer, the supreme deity of the ancient Scandinavian pantheon, the mound where, according to legend, King Odin was buried is still to be seen near the site of his great temple at Uppsala. The 12 Drotars, who presided over the Odinic mysteries, evidently personified the 12 holy and ineffable names of Odin. The rituals of the Odinic mysteries were very similar to those of the Greeks, Persians, and Brahmins, after which they were patterned. The Drotars, who symbolized the signs of the zodiac, were the custodians of the arts and sciences, which they revealed to those who passed successfully the ordeals of initiation. Like many other pagan cults, the Odinic mysteries, as an institution, were destroyed by Christianity, but the underlying cause of their fall was the corruption of the priesthood. Mythology is nearly always the ritual and the symbolism of a mystery school. Briefly stated, the sacred drama which formed the basis of the Odinic mysteries was as follows. The supreme, invisible creator of all things was called All-Father. His regent in nature was Odin, the one-eyed god. Like Quetzalcoatl, Odin was elevated to the dignity of the supreme deity. According to the Drotars, the universe was fashioned from the body of Ymir, the hoar-frost giant. Ymir was formed from the clouds of mist that rose from Ginnunga Gap, the great cleft in chaos into which the primordial frost giants and flame giants had hurled snow and fire. The three gods, Odin, Vili, and Ve, slew Ymir, and from him formed the world. From Ymir's various members, the different parts of nature were fashioned. After Odin had established order, he caused a wonderful palace called Asgard to be built on top of a mountain, where here the 12 Aesir, or gods, dwelt together, far above the limitations of mortal men. On this mountain also was Valhalla, the palace of the slain, where those who had heroically died fought and feasted day after day. Each night their wounds were healed, and the boar whose flesh they ate renewed itself as rapidly as it was consumed. Balder the Beautiful, the skin.
Hi, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I really hope that you're having a beautiful and amazing day. It is Sunday, November 21st. You guys, I do have a channel message for you. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for the continued love and support. You guys, I know I have not been on here the last few days, but just being honest, you guys, listen. Spirit had to drag me down through the valley. All right. So that brings me to my channel message that I have. Okay. I want to say too, for a lot of people who and I've been talking about this on the channel, many people are very much caught in light work and not being willing to cross over to dark. And what I mean by dark, I'm not talking, this has nothing to do with magic or anything. It's the shadow work. It's looking into the things that you really don't want to see. Okay. Hidden enemies. All right. Find out what's in your I'm not really into astrology, but 12th house. See what's in your 12th house. That's something that I've recently learned myself. And I found myself, you know, you guys, this eclipse energy, full moon energy. Let me just say, be thankful for the good, bad, the evil, and the ugly in your life. Everything that happens is for a reason. We've been building up to this for some time, just looking at the channel messages and the energy. There's a lot of things, and it may really break your heart, but it's going to fix your vision. I say that all the time. It'll break your heart, but it will fix your vision. So it's interesting because I have not been in my workspace at all in several days. I have not been watching tarot. I have not picked up any cards. I really just allow spirit to bring messages to me. And when I tell you I was in the floor, I was crying. I had a full-blown breakthrough. I did. And interestingly enough, I just came in today and I said, okay, I'll do a message and I'll work on some content for next week. Well, I've had this little unicorn sitting here for months and months, and it just broke. It just broke, right? I barely touched it. You know, I just reached over to light a candle and it just broke, all right? And all of a sudden I started hearing the song Dark Horse by Katy Perry. And it goes perfectly with the energy because a lot of people have been playing with magic, you guys. And it's funny too because you know what? I just told a lie. I did go through some of my tarot decks. I was doing some cleaning and I stumbled upon this Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. And I was like, I've had this deck over a year and I've never used it. And so, you know, you guys, I've been talking about this spiritual assassin that is amongst us for a long time. This Queen of the Moon, all right? This person who is a shapeshifter, this person has been cloaking themselves. And what spirit showed me was how, again, even being someone who is, you know, a lot of us who are psychic, you know, intuitives, empaths, mediums, or whatever, you will find that you don't really see what's happening in your life a lot of times, because we have to go through it. And sometimes even if you are a reader and you go to other readers, spirit won't allow certain things to be shown to you or communicated to you because it may change your course of action and it wouldn't allow you to learn a particular lesson. Always keep in mind that everything is divinely orchestrated and guided, and please believe in divine timing. So me just sitting in stillness the last few days, so much stuff has been revealed to me. I'm talking about things from years, like all of the dots just connected. And I was like, wow, very hurtful, extremely painful, almost traumatic. But when I tell you, I'm so happy. I'm just so full of joy and bliss because not only did spirit show me what has been done to me, against me, but spirit also gave me a glimpse of what is to come as far as the blessings, the abundance that is coming to my life, things that have been blocked for so long. And I'm being transparent with you guys today because on my channel I've never talked much about my journey. Maybe at some point I will do that, but I just kind of had to think about some of my readings. It was almost like I was hearing myself talking in some of my readings, but for whatever reason, I was like, well, that wasn't me. But, you know, you guys, people have been doing confusion spells and everything for a long time. And I always say, you know, never think that because you are protected that things cannot affect you. All right. Things will still come against those of us who are chosen, but sometimes we even have to get knocked down to learn really how to stand up. But listen here, I done pulled everything by the bootstraps. And the blockages are gone. And so anyway, let me get into the message. So what I was hearing was the Katy Perry song Dark Horse. And it was very interesting to me because I think in the very beginning of the song, she says, you know, I knew you were going to come to me and here you are, but you better choose carefully because, you know, I'm capable of anything and everything. And, you know, she says, what did she say? So you want to play with, so you want to play with magic. But you should know what you're falling for. So what I'm picking up is for a lot of you, you've had several attacks. And when I look back at messages, I see how a lot of people have been under several attacks from multiple people. And it's the attack of a particular like spirit or an entity or whatever. So you could be attacked like with your money, your career, and your love life, all areas. So honestly, you know, if you think about it, it's really like a death magic. A lot of people have been doing a lot of moon magic, death magic, whatever they've been into. But what is so bad is for some people who are truly chosen, you have been attacked by several different people. So, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking with this unicorn here, how it just broke. It's like somebody in your life has wanted to completely knock you off your path. They have wanted to take your life, or perhaps they have tried to tell other people that you were not who you say you are, or, you know, honestly, you know, because I talk about Selena a lot on here too. I've been channeling that Selena and that Aaliyah energy being sacrificed. And, you know, obviously there's people who are very close to you who they don't want you to live, right? And these things are being revealed to a lot of people. And it, like I said, it's very hurtful. But what is happening is Spirit is now preparing you for another upgrade. You're being prepared now to really see things that are hidden, which is now forcing you, if you had any types of doubts or fears, to go another like layer, to peel back more of those layers, right? And things are being revealed to you. So with the dark horse energy, I feel like a lot of people, and, you know, I talk a lot about like the art of war. And that's why sometimes, you guys, I disappear from my channel because I'm quiet. I get messages and messages. But for me, like I always say, when I come here on this channel, it's not about the money, the views, or anything. I could get on here and I could do reading after reading after reading every day, especially during like full moons when my intuition is like just off the charts. But instead, I sit back. I don't come and say anything because I know all of the wrong people are watching. So coming at you like a dark horse, for some people, they don't realize it, but you're about to come at them like a dark horse. Okay, it's the perfect storm, and they have no idea because people have been cloaking themselves, lying, trying to pull out every magic trick that they could find. I mean, goodness gracious. If I tell you some of the things that I saw that were being done, I was like, what? And you guys, I'm telling you, I am a part of the collective. It has been done to me. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. I remember I did a reading and I was using this particular deck, which is the Energy Oracle deck. And this was a few months ago. This may have been back in like August. And I was saying, as people choose light and dark, you're going to be extremely surprised to see who is at the end of the road, okay? A lot of you people have been trying to block or stop you from going into these caring connections because you have this personal healing and happiness. You're growing, okay? Some of you have people who have been in your life since you were teenagers, since you were young. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to talk about age. You've had people that have been in your life, in your circle for 20 years or so, okay? They've watched you grow. For some of you, this is family. This is grandparents, sisters, you know, siblings, moms, cousins, you know, godmothers, fathers, aunts, or whomever. These people saw that you had a lot of different adjacent possibilities to have victory and success in your life. And therefore, now that you are awakening, now that you are stepping into this healing energy where when you start to heal the cords that connect you to certain people, it falls away. So some of you may be experiencing this energy where it's a lot of people, you don't want to talk to them. You know, you don't want to have anything to do because many of us have been in like a pruning stage, meaning God is literally taking away everything from your life that no longer serves you. So the garden and the gate. Many of you are coming to realize, like I said, please be encouraged. If something has recently happened to you or it happens to you soon, remember this is the perfect storm. Everything that you want is outside of this gate. All of your happiness, all of your abundance, it is outside of this layer that you needed to peel back, okay? Yeah, the door to value. See, a lot of you've had Oh my God. You had money, you've had blessings, abundance. Some people stolen inheritances, and some people when they hear inheritance, because I see that title on so many people's video, oh, you have a inheritance that was stolen from you. A lot of people still really focus on the 3D. You guys, gifts and an inheritance can come in forms other than just money. Some people are completely missing the point that if somebody has stolen money from you, their money may be gone. Don't worry about that. But what a lot of people don't talk about is your spiritual inheritance. The card here is the 7th chakra.
What's up, baby girl?
Okay, this is your crown chakra. There have been people that you have carrying connections with. So for some of you, this could be a lover, this could be a friend, it could be anyone. For some of you, it's a lover, it's a friend. For some of you, you have a friend who is upset with you because of a caring connection that you have. But remember at the very beginning, you guys, how I literally said how I found this deck, okay? The Queen of the Moon Oracle. And what do we have here? The Goddess of the Moon. Somebody has been doing a lot of crown chakra moon magic on you, okay? Because they want to stop you from having abundance. They want it. So in other words, somebody created some type of like veil so that you will be confused, and this person has been cloaking themselves so that you could not see that it was them, because they wanted to stay very close and connected to you so that they could continue to try to block your connection to spirit. For some of you, somebody is very upset that they do not have the connection that you have to spirit. So perhaps you, since childhood, since teenagers or whenever, you've had a connection, a direct connection to spirit, to your angels, your ancestors, your guides, or whatever. For some of you, you have parents who knew that you had gifts and they did not want you to know about these gifts, because if you knew about these gifts, you would know about them, you would know about the family secrets and everything else that they've tried to keep from you. For some of you, you have a lover. Okay. For some of you, you have lovers who have been sent to you by friends and family to throw you off your path, to hurt you, to hinder you from actually really tapping into your gifts, your abundance. And that goes back to, like I said, about the inheritance. And you guys, again, I have so many downloads and messages, but I'm only going to, try to highlight things. This door to value, some of you have gifts that have been hidden from you. Okay. Because people have been doing mind manipulation, controlling. I have to be honest with you. And I don't see this a lot, because whoever has been doing certain work to you, you guys, it has been so hidden, so subtle. It has been it's been like a slow death, honestly. Trust me, spirit has led me to what all these things are. If you want a personal reading, feel free to reach out to me. But again, I am a part of the collective like everyone else. I'm not going to say everything here on YouTube. I'm not, but it is still part of my mission and my duty to share certain things. But we all have to get in the habit of going to learn what we need to learn for us to actually ascend, evolve, and be upgraded spiritually. Everything cannot be handed to you. It can't. And as someone who, is here with a platform, I don't even consider myself like a spiritual guru or leader or anything. But what I will say is, for somebody who has had to teach myself so much, I promise you, you will really, really have greater appreciation for your ancestors, your guides. You will really cherish the connection that you have to spirit when you are put in situations of being, like I said, in the valley, in the dark, and you have no other choice but to call out on spirit and allow spirit to show you exactly what can be done on your behalf when you really, really try to connect. Instead of going to a reader and going to this person, that person. No, sometimes you need to sit down, be quiet, and let them come to you and tell you what you need to know. It'll change everything. The spiritual inheritances, though, a lot of people, you have gifts that are going to be unlocked now, because it is right behind this door, right behind this gate. Somebody has wanted to keep you trapped for a very long time so that you couldn't see your counterpart, so that you couldn't see your talents, your gifts, and your abilities to actually be very well off, spiritually, emotionally, financially, or whatever. But spirit has come in and had to remind you of some things, or this will soon happen. Now, this situation for a lot of people, it will be bittersweet because you will take a loss. I did a reading a few months ago, and I literally said, and honestly, I know I'm saying like I'm not going to share too much, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it either. I said, some of you, a person or people in your life literally will have to die. I mean, physical deaths or go to jail in order for you to be happy. Listen, be prepared to start hearing some eulogies. Be prepared, because some people, what I saw is, for some people, there are people in your life who have been literally trying to change your destiny for years. I mean, for some of you, this has been happening since you were a child, since you were a teenager. I'm talking about people who have been working on you. They've sent people to you. They've done awful things. Like, these people are magicians of chaos. Okay. And they know how to cloak themselves. But guess what? Spirit, I just love how spirit, listen, full moon energy. You have your woman holding a heart and anxiety. Like I said, for some of you, you are now tapping into your gifts because you were all tied up, right? Somebody had you all tied up. Somebody had your gifts tied up. Somebody just really had you all jacked up. You were only able to see a lot. And look at here, cornucopia. All of your blessings and abundance were tied up. Every bit of it. Everything good in your life has been tied up. So for some of you who are saying, I don't know why, it's like I just can't win for losing. I can't win for losing. This is something that was done to you, but you don't need to fall into this victim mentality of, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to me. Woe is me. I always get the short end. No. There would have to be something to jolt you, to wake you up, to make you see, hey, you can fight this. Somebody thought they would come and get you like a dark horse, and they thought that they had knocked you off your path or that you were confused. But what they don't know is that they have actually just created the perfect storm. Because some of you now, you are learning to be master shapeshifters. These so-called alchemists or magicians or shapeshifters who are cloaking themselves and they're doing all of this magic. I'm telling you, there's a lot of mind manipulation, a lot of moon magic, death rituals, skull magic, or whatever that people have been doing, and they honestly have been stopping you or slowing you down. It's true. You may have really thought, some of you, these people, they wanted you to go crazy, but what has happened now is all of this stuff is backfiring. Every last bit of it is backfiring. And these individuals who have done this now, some of them, like I said, they are going to drive themselves completely insane. And I was saying, and it's interesting because I think it was last Sunday or a few days ago, and I was saying how even for myself, there's been people around me lately who have shared dreams with me. And maybe the dreams were relevant to them, but they were sharing dreams with me because there was Spirit's way of connecting with me to let me know, hey, I need you to be aware of something that's happening. Because people most likely have been tampering with my dreams. And I talked about that months ago. I was like, I'm saying people coming into my dreams and they're trying to like, I talked about a dream even on my channel where I was saying I saw people coming into my dreams and they were taking combs and hair. Hair holds memories. So people, have been tapping into your memories or trying to go into your Akashic records. People have been reading your natal chart and trying to figure out what your destiny is because they want to steal it. Pure jealousy, envy, and obsession. All right. And there are certain spirits that carry their energy. But now that you know, it's time for you to fight back. And some of you, what I'm saying too is be mindful. You don't have to go and try to seek a lot of revenge because vengeance, don't make vengeance yours. I'm telling you, it's like your ancestors, these people, you really don't have to do anything because everything is already like falling apart in their lives, but it's going to get much worse. Okay. You can look around you and you have certain friends and it's like everything in their life is blowing up. You have certain family members, you're like, damn, wow, you have such a losing streak in life. It's because these people have been playing with magic. These people have been trying to figure out how they were going to come at you like the dark horse, and they thought that you was just some idiotic unicorn running around. But no. And you know what's funny? I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about that because it just came to my mind. You're no longer going to present yourself as a unicorn. That's what I'm saying, light and dark. You're realizing now being a unicorn is what you are. That's great. But now you're like, no, forget that. I'm coming at you now like a dark horse because I know what you're doing. I know what you've done. Time is up. Like people out here really thought that they was going to keep playing these games. Like, no, time is up. It's up. And I literally said this a few days ago on a social media post. I think it was actually on November 11th. I was like, if it's up, then it's stuck, period. If you have put magic out on somebody or you've done something foul to somebody, if it's up, then it's stuck. It's not coming back down. You will pay for what you've done. The truth is out now, and more truth is going to be revealed. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. The scholar and the priest card. See, what this is a lot of people, they have, I'm telling y'all, I don't know what, I blame it, like I say, all the time on these dang TikTok witches and everything y'all hear. The scholar and the priest. Somebody here has been really doing a lot of work. They've been studying the occult. They've been studying secret societies and covens and all kinds of stuff. Somebody here has probably been studying a lot of astrology as well. Somebody here, I mean, they're smart. They've been broadening their horizons. They are enlightened. But you know, guys, I've talked about the Midas and the Miser. I've talked about the Hermit and the High Priestess. There's a lot of people out here that you communicate with, that you work with, that you know, that you trust, that you've even gone to for spiritual advice. They have chosen to go towards the dark. They've chosen to play with magic. They've chosen to hurt people. And then honestly, even here with this woman holding a heart, anxiety and all tied up. Some of these people, I'm telling you, they are hoping that you have a heart attack. They want you to go crazy. And for some of you, these people, their main issue is the fact that they are brokenhearted. They're upset because some people hate the fact that you're loved by so many people. That's just what it is. They cannot stand that you are loved by so many people. And even when they get done going above and beyond, they still don't have the connection to spirit or the caring connections or the other value that you have. But they sold their soul, and for a lot of them, they don't have anything to live for, so they don't care that they sold their soul, but they've been getting away with it for so long that they just can't stop. But this is a person, you guys, who, like I said, they have been studying. With this priest card here, this is someone who has been studying spirituality, religion, like secret societies, different forms of magic. They are well versed in those things. The Queen of the Moon, he or she is well versed in all of these things, and you know, it's honestly like I feel like they got themselves into something and they just couldn't stop. Yeah. So here you have the service and the journey card, and then here is the merchant card. So for some of you, this person is someone that you probably have met on your spiritual journey, or they're on some type of spiritual journey. But with the service card being here and the merchant, this is somebody here who, like I said, either they have offered you help or you've offered them help at some point on their spiritual journey. You thought that this person was someone to be trusted, and they're not. This person always had a hidden agenda with the merchant card here. Okay, like I said, this is someone that you and this person, you've exchanged information, you've exchanged knowledge, okay? But this person, they held back some things that they knew. And whatever and you know, it's funny because I did a reading months ago where I said you taught the devil magic. And what I was saying is, you know, honestly, in talking to a lot of people on your spiritual journey, you will meet people and you think that they're so sweet, they're so high vibrational and whatever. And the little bit that you teach them, they take it, they run with it, and they twist it, they turn it. They create chaos, conflict, darkness, heartache, and pain with the things of light that you've taught them. All right, the role could be reversed, you know. But that's the thing. That's what I'm seeing here, where somebody has taken some bit of knowledge, some type of ancient wisdom or knowledge that perhaps you share with them, or it could have just been anything. They could have heard something in a tarot reading. You could have told somebody about an herb that you was using. It could have been in the smallest thing. But somebody here has shifted, they've turned, and now they're using whatever you know or whatever you taught them or that they have taught you, they're using it against you. And I just keep hearing in my head, so you want to play with magic. This is somebody here, you guys, who, and for some of you, it's more than one person. For some of you, you have a group working against you. You have a friend, a family member, and a lover, which lets you know that you absolutely are chosen, because everybody is against you, but we're in spiritual warfare. And you know it gets really bad before it gets better. But what I get from this energy, though, is that this person, to them, it's a spiritual game. Somebody is and what I'm seeing here, I'm saying, like, somebody is watching you, and they're just like, ha ha ha, like, this person is sick. They're watching you, like, they're wondering, do you know that it's them? And that's why I say all the time, play dumb. The art of war, say nothing, play dumb. Say nothing. You have to fool the fool who thinks that they're fooling you. I say that all the time. You must fool the fool who thinks that they are fooling you. Somebody here, their cover has been blown. Their life proves that, but it's only going to get much worse. It's going to get much, much worse. Look at this. The Milady card here. Somebody here is going to be sick in the bed, trying to look for an excuse to avoid their reality. Somebody here is looking for every excuse. Some of you may be dealing with the type of person, they can't really come towards you. Also, be mindful of the people, you guys, who are trying to all of a sudden be buddy with you. I notice how when people reach out to you, a lot of people, when they're doing magic and other stuff to you, they're really trying to figure out if it's working. And that's why it pays a lot of times to be quiet. Let them think you're dead. Let them think that. I mean, let them think that your whole world is falling apart. But this person has a surprise coming. Because your ancestors, not you, your ancestors and your guides have been watching this person. This person can expect a surprise at their home. This person can expect a lot of surprises and tower moments to happen. The home is security, stability, finances. This person's life is about to fall apart if it's not already. And you're going to be able to sit back and watch it and just sigh in relief, like, wow. And for the people who are struggling, like, who could this be? Who could this be? Like I said, for some of you, it's multiple people around you that's doing this. So it's hard to pinpoint who. And some of those people that are around you, they're in cahoots with one another. But you're going to see, because like I always say, you'll know by the fruit that falls off of the tree. These people who their whole life is falling apart, look at what we have. Misfortune and death. I cannot make misfortune and love. I said death. There are no mistakes. I said death because for some of them, there will be a misfortune. There will be death to a situation in their life. But some of them, when it comes to their love life, there's going to be tons of misfortune. Some of them, they're doing all of this stuff to you because of the misfortune in their love life. Somebody does not want you to be happy. They don't. And then here we have messenger, Lord, and friend. Look at this. Waiting and death. Oh my God. And sweetheart. Somebody here, honestly, this person has, For some of you, this person has been doing certain things to set you up. With the Messenger and the Lord card here, this person has been doing certain things to set you up. But also what I'm getting is, for some of you, there's a person that is going to be standing in. With this Lord and Messenger card, for some reason, I'm actually getting, for some of you, this is an angel, an ancestor, or a guy who is coming in, and they're making all of this stuff clear. So for some of you, it's being made clear to you that you have a friend who is a foe. You have a friend who has been wishing and waiting for you to have death. They want everything in your life to fall apart. That's what they've been hoping, wishing, and praying will happen, because you are the sweetheart. And this person feels like for you to die, not be around, not be who you are, whatever it is about you that aggravates this person's soul, that it will be a gift. So in other words, this person is trying to sacrifice you. You aggravate this person, but they pretend that they love you. They pretend that they're your best friend, that they, can't live life without you. They pretend that they're your homie, your lover, your husband, your wife, your family. Y'all gonna see why? I'm telling you, the holidays this year is gonna be real different, because you're going to start noticing how people around you, they look at you really crazy. And how your third eye is open. See, these crown chakra blockages that have been here. Now, like I said, the Lord is messaging you. God, spirit, angels, they're showing you. You're going to start walking out and you're going to see people's auras. You're going to hear them talking about you. A lot of your gifts are about to come in, because what did I say before? See, your inheritance, your spiritual gifts has been on hold. Everybody thinks value, all they see is money, 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 money. But the truth is, to be rich is to be rich in spirit. When you have certain gifts, you will always be rich and wealthy, because you know how to read and see what other people cannot read and see. So for some of you, fix your mind. Even when you guys are watching tarot and some of y'all waiting around for a dang letter to come of an inheritance. It has nothing to do with a piece of paper or money. It is your spiritual gifts. It's your ability to see. It's your ability to hear. It's your ability to decipher and discern good and bad. It's your ability to recognize hidden enemies. Those gifts and abilities will save your life. It will save the life of people who you love and who you care about, which will always create value for you. A lot of y'all are going to still need to work on getting out of this 3D matrix of thinking that everything that glitters is gold, and thinking so surface level. Your connection with spirit is invaluable. Nothing matches that. And that is the reason why certain people have been out to get you. People have not wanted you to have your spiritual gifts and abilities, because then you will see the truth about them. Some of these people have been feeding off of your energy, the queen of the moon. These people have been feeding off of your energy. They've lived off of your energy. They want to know your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your vision. They want to know. Be careful of people who always want to know everything about you, but they tell you nothing about themselves. Y'all, when I say I've had to learn that the hard way, because I'm such a hermit. Sometimes I go weeks, if not months, and I don't talk to anybody. So when somebody comes to me and we start talking, I'm like, oh, well, let me tell you about myself. And I just start rambling. And now I'm learning. Well, if I'm on the phone with a person, talking to somebody, and I'm talking, and they never say anything, before you know it, I've told you about my childhood, my last job, my crush, my ex love interest, and you haven't told me anything, I probably will never talk to you again. Like, that's how I've become now, where I just cut people off, because I have to say to myself, why are you here? I ask myself that with people, why are you here? Why do you want to know so much about me, and yet you share nothing about you? But again, all of these things are testing you. It's teaching you how to listen, how to learn, how to discern. Some people are only around you to collect information because they've been sent in to work for the devil or whatever evil demonic energies or entities that are out after your gifts, your abilities, your talents, your love, your light. Their still role in life. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, for some people, these people have been around you for so long. And I think that what I experienced the last few days, like the great sorrow, when I tell you, it's like my whole entire body is hurting. So I know that so many people are going through this. These people have watched you suffer. These are the people that you've cried to, you've told your deepest secrets to. These are your parents. These are your siblings. These are, for some, your spouse, who have been right there with you the whole time, watching you suffer. You thinking that these people are trying to go against other people in battle with you, and the whole time it was them behind the gun. I mean, literally, you see here. What does it say? Friend, waiting, and death. This literally is, for some of you, you have a friend around you, a lover, a family member. They have been waiting on your death. And then after that, widower and gift. For some of you, like I said, it's a lover. For some, it's a friend, family. But these people, they feel like it is a gift for you to be gone. But you know what? You need to look at it as a gift. Although this death of this relationship, this connection, whatever, it's a hard pill to swallow. It is the biggest gift to you. Because now you know. Now you can send this energy, this entity, this person to the pits of hell where they belong. And therefore it unlocks all of your gifts, your abilities that will lead to all of your abundance and your success. Everything that has been held up for you. That's why I told you guys, I think it was whenever it was. And I said, you're free. See, for me, for weeks, I've been getting past life dreams, and I'm seeing how things in the past, like how it's playing out now. A lot of people who are chosen, you are the catalyst for change. So the things that were happening in past lives is coming up now, and you have to resolve those situations. Some people have generational curses that have been on their families for hundreds of years, probably. And it's now time for you to realize, you know what? 700 years ago, somebody in my family had somebody that did the same thing to them. They didn't know how to fight back, but I know how to fight back. Yeah, I'm telling you, although it may be hurtful, it's the perfect storm. It is the perfect storm. See, a lot of people who they've studied things and they've learned things and they've been able to cloak them, they've been able to lie, they've been able to play all of these games. In this age of Aquarius, and this eclipse season that we're in, and just the fact that it's time for the chosen ones to really, really take center stage, there's no magic or anything that can work anymore. It's all backfiring. People who have been attacking things in your life is now being attacked in their lives. But I'm going to tell you, because what I saw in many of my dreams and visions, you may see people and they're going through things, and you've probably been trying to help them, like, oh, I'm so sorry. They haven't seen anything yet. I mean, they really have not seen the storm that is coming their way, because it's just something about how the energy changes when you wake up and you become aware of what's being done to you. When you become aware, and even your ancestors and guides know that you are aware of the mistreatment, all you have to then say is go. Go. Your ancestors who have been watching this, the only reason why they did, and I had another reading about that, I said, stop announcing your ancestors. The only reason why they have not taken certain people out is because to take them out, you would not have learned the lesson. Now that you know, now that you have the lesson, oh, they serve no purpose in this life anymore. Y'all, I have chills all on me because I'm telling you, it's about to get real. Some people, when we say a person is in your life only for a reason, or a season, oh, that's true. And some of these people who have been doing all of this stuff to you in the dark, cloaking themselves under the moon or whatever they've been doing, oh, you know about them now. And now that your ancestors know that you know, and they're like, oh, okay, cool. You got the lesson. We can take you to the next level, and we can get this person out. Exorcism and execution, period. Thank you. All you got to do now is say go. And it's funny because some of these people, they spend so much money. They've done so much magic. They've done so many rituals. When some of you've not done anything. In fact, they've been using your energy to try to kill you. Oh, well, now that your energy is returning, it's a wrap for them. It's a wrap. Like, they really, they really played themselves. That's all I can say. Some of these people don't know, but their ancestors, their own spirit guides and ancestors are about to really, y'all, I want to curse so bad. Their own ancestors and guides and passed on loved ones are about to whip their asses because the things that they've done to you, they've literally cursed their entire bloodline. They've cursed bloodline after bloodline after I mean, talk about a generational curse. Their own ancestors, family, spirit guides, angels, all of them are about to turn on them. Plus, your ancestors are going in to whoop their ass too. And they deserve every bit of it. Listen. All I can say is have forgiveness in your heart. But I've said so many times, I may have grace and mercy for you. My spiritual team does not. That is where we divide. 3D or 5D, as above, so below. I can have all the grace, mercy, and forgiveness for you in my heart. I can love you past your mistakes. My ancestors that have seen you do things to me, when I didn't, they show no mercy. They show no grace. For you, your kids, kids, it's over. It's over. Some people's ancestors are saying, and you better not stand in the way. It's like hands off. The Don Juan energy is here. For some of you, this has a lot. Some of you, this is a lover. For some of you, this is a lover. Okay. You have your lover, Don Juan and the scribe. For some of you, you have a lover that has been out here. They've been telling lies about you. All right. They've been stealing from you. Some of you, like I said before, I said, some of you have taught your friends, your family, and your lovers things about manifestation. And they have taken the knowledge and the information that you provided them with to somehow try to, of course, play the system to try to trick you and other people. They always had ulterior motives. This person or these people, they thought that they were God. They wanted to take on the role and the energy of being God. So whatever little bit of information that you share with them or whatever energy that they stole from you, they now are using their power and control to be cruel and to abuse other people. Look here, the student card. See what I'm saying? Yeah. This is someone here who you were their student or they were your student, or you and this person, you constantly were exchanging information. But this is also someone here, you guys, they have been a student. They've been learning the craft. A lot of you that I'm talking to, you don't know anything about, but outside of a tea light candle here and there in tarot, you're not practicing magic. These are people who pretend that they don't know magic, but they've been cloaking themselves. And they've been doing heavy spell work. I mean, for some, every single day. Some of these people, they have literally what I was saying. And these people have money set aside that is specifically for spell work. They're doing spell work and they're paying practitioners to do spell work on you. I'm telling, like, they have a full account to ruin your life. Some people have basements. I was saying basements. These people have boxes of all kinds of stuff. Pictures, collages, dolls, candles. They got, it's a whole operation. And let's not forget the ones who are in groups, where there are literally groups of people coming together, wishing death on you. But it's about to be a domino effect, because all of them are about to catch hell in the worst ways. People will be going to jail. People will be dying. People will be sick. People will be losing their minds. All of that is going to happen. And when it happens, when your ancestors and your guys deliver these ass whippings personally, your name is going to be right there for them to know. This ass whipping is for this person. This ass whipping right here is specifically for Tori. Enjoy it. That's how it's gonna be. Some people here they're very childish. Some people, honestly, they depend on other people. This card, this eternal child, these are the kind of people who they have extreme codependency. They have to be around someone. And you guys need to be careful of people who just act like they have to see you. They have to touch you. That's a part of their work, their spell work, and their plans to hurt you, kill you, ruin you, sabotage you. These people who they always want to get in your house. They want to come in your house and steal your hair and try to get your DNA or whatever they're trying to do. I don't know. But I'm telling you, some of these people, they have gone very, very far with the things that they do. And it's been slow, steady, very subtle. Stuff you would never pay attention to. But these people are probably the types of people who have been traumatized since they were a child. Something happened in their developmental stages of childhood. Like I said, for a lot of these people, they have broken hearts, neglect, abandonment, codependency. I talked about this in a reading. Some people who have been abused, instead of them, like many of us who have gone through things and we choose to turn that pain into purpose and to help people, these people are sick. They have turned their pain into more pain and learned how to inflict pain on other people. But they come out like they're the Good Samaritan. They play like, you know, they have so much appreciation. They're so full of love and light. Bullshit. No, they're not. And y'all know I gotta be mad if you hear me cursing. Yeah, these people are not good people. Not at all. These people are drawing in other people, and this is all an act for them to cloak themselves. I've been picking up on this energy now for months. These people are playing the Good Samaritan. Some of these people are teachers. They're motivational speakers. They're people of the community. These are the people at church. Everybody looks up to them and thinks that they're such good people, and you appreciate them and you recognize them. No. Don't. Because I'm telling you, yeah, these people, they present themselves like they are mentors to other people. Some of you, again, with the child and the student card, some of you, these are people, like I said, they've been in your life for years. They've taught you things. They've taught your kids things. For some of you, these are elders in your family. People, that are close to you. People that you work with, that you've had to learn things from, that you thought you could trust. Something happened, and these people, they chose to go on the dark side. House. I don't know what the deal is with the house, but the house, house, home. Some people had issues within their home, but when you think about house, you think of your safe space, your security, your stability, your family. The house card has come out twice. Okay. Some people, I don't know if something has happened in your house, or something could have happened. I see the main male and the message of concern here. Bad health. Ooh, official person. Yeah. Some people are going to be stuck in their houses with bad health. For some of you, this is a man, or it could just be a very masculine woman. You may receive some type of message of concern, a message about this person being in bad health. All right. There could be an official person, a person of authority that has to step in about a mature woman who's been doing something to you, and this person is going to find themselves in stuck. Now, this imprisonment card is here with thoughts. Okay. And here is the main female. So for some of you, like I said, for some of you, this is several different people. But when we see the main female card out here, and then seeing the main male card, for some of you, somebody has not wanted you to come together with somebody. Somebody did not want you to have a house. They didn't want you to have a happy home, perhaps with this main male. And therefore, they've been creating these illusions to keep you and someone, this caring connection, from happening. You're going to eventually receive a message of concern that this person is in bad health. Okay? Or you're going to realize, your ancestors are going to make it clear that the reason why you or somebody that you cared about was in bad health was because of this person. For some of you, somebody has been even sending magic to your home. That's why it's important, you guys, don't let everybody come to your house. I don't care if it's friends, family, or somebody that you're dating. Don't let people come to your house, because you don't know what they're sending to your house. Some people are such skilled magicians, you guys, they don't have to come in contact with you. If they know your address, they can send all kinds of stuff, but it doesn't matter, because somebody here with official person could be a police officer, just a person of authority. But for me, what I'm picking up in this reading is it's so spiritual. These official people in this reading, you guys, is people's ancestors and guides. Somebody here has a grandmother, an aunt, great aunt, mother, or somebody here who is the official person in their life as far as your guide, your protector. This person is very much aware of what has happened to you while you were dealing with a person, the things that someone has been doing. And like I said, this person, the only reason why they didn't step in before is because they were waiting on you to learn a lesson. But they are going to make sure that somebody is going to forever be stuck in their head thinking about what they did to you.
I watched this
somebody could go to jail. Somebody, this could be spiritual jail. This could be someone being admitted to a mental facility because their thoughts are going to drive them crazy. Why? Because this person wanted to play with the moon, and they wanted to freaking play with your crown chakra. So somebody's ancestors are very, very angry and upset because they've had things for you. Right? They had gifts that they wanted to share with you. And your ancestors like, well, dang, how come you're not receiving these messages? You're not receiving these messages because you have people who have been playing with your chakras, who've been blocking you from actually having wish fulfillment and happiness. These people always knew that you were the main female. They knew that you were the main female, and they knew that you had a future with this main male. They knew that. So what did? They decided to work on you. Occupy. Oh my God, I cannot make this up. False person. This false person has been on your journey with you. They know your journey. They know what you're supposed to have. Like I said, they know about the house you're supposed to have, the security, the stability, your everything. They know exactly what you are supposed to have. Here is card number 34 and 34. Some people here, it's something, you could be 34 or somebody knew that by the age of 34, you were guaranteed to have something in your life. This person most likely lives at a distance from you. But for some of you, like I said, you have an ancestor or a God. Listen, do not worry about whatever this is, because I'm telling you, message, despair, pathway, high honor, sudden wealth, wow, marriage, gift, change, coffin, thief. These people who are lying, cheating, scheming, scamming, taking things from you, wishing death on you, this is the change. Everything is going to be taken from them, and some of them are going to experience major transformations, and with death brings about transformation. Some of you, like I said, you could have met this person when you were about 24 years old. Some 24, 35, that's coming out here. The full moon was on November 19th. A lot of stuff was shut down. You'll start to see it soon. That was just 2 days ago, the 19th. It was the end. You got that awakening about these people who were trying to steal things from you, who were trying to switch and change your destiny. Guess what happened? The people who tried to sacrifice you, they were sacrificed. Those two cards came out earlier, the widower and the gift. The death of these people being in your life is your greatest gift because you're no longer blocked. And if there was some type of inheritance, spiritual, monetary, or whatever from someone that passed over, you'll receive it. But high honor here, this is your ancestors standing there like, oh, hell no. We will not allow this, because many of you were supposed to have wealth and a marriage a long time ago. But you had somebody in the background who was trying to convince you that, no, that wasn't your path. Some of you have people have been telling you, no, you need to stay single, work on your business. Don't worry about getting married. Or they've been lying to you about the people that you told them that you cared about. Some of you have gone to readers, psychics, or whomever, and they have done everything. They've come on telling you that you were not supposed to have a courtship with a particular person. But again, courthouse is here in toil and labor. Some people have been working to split you or someone apart, but the way I'm reading these cards, you guys, is honestly the courthouse. This is official documentation usually, right? With toil and labor, you needed to get proof of. Some of you are the type you needed proof. You needed proof that somebody was doing something to you. You needed proof that a person had lied to you, and now, with the toil and labor here, it's time for you to get to work. Toil and in this deck, you have the toil and labor card and you have the occupation card. Some of you have been working so hard at love, your life, your self-development, finances, everything, and you haven't felt like you were able to get anywhere. There's about to be something that's going to come in that's really going to change this for you. But I'm also getting some of you guys too. Please know and understand that these things in your life are happening, or it has happened, or it will happen. And it is so that you will start to use a bit of, you're going to have to get some elbow grease, as the old people say.
Yep.
Somebody, your ancestors and guides is all around you. You're going to have to get down and dirty and try to figure out how to do things for yourself. And the reason why is because some of you have such a beautiful sacred journey that you're needing to learn that you cannot trust anybody but your ancestors at this time. And I'm going to tell you something. You even have to check your ancestors. A lot of people don't talk about that. My ears are ringing like crazy. But a lot of people don't want to talk about that. All of your ancestors are not good.
Nope.
And that's what some of these people have done. They have called on their evil, demonic ancestors. Everybody has good, bad, evil, and ugly in every zodiac, in every family, within all of us as individual people. We're all capable of anything. Some people have dark witches and all kinds of stuff in their family, and they knew that those people were in their family, and that is who they call on constantly to try to bring misfortune to your life. Some of you, you're going to have to learn. Everybody that has a bit of information for you is not good for you.
Right.
You have to learn how to test the spirit. And sometimes, even because I'm telling y'all, I'm here with you. Even when you think that you know what you think you know, you don't. It's all because now it's another layer to it. People can cloak themselves. People can shapeshift, y'all. This stuff is real. People can shapeshift and cloak themselves and hide themselves. That's why when I in readings, I would say, I don't care what queen or king comes out. A person can embody any energy that they want. That is a gift of a magician. That is what it means to be an alchemist. So don't get played out here.
Don't get it twisted.
And learn how to play the game.
It ain't no
Some
fun
of
when
you,
the rabbit
these
got the
bittersweet
gun.
things that are happening, it's teaching you the game. It's teaching you how to play the game.
The game of life.
You know how they say when you can't beat them, join them? You need to learn how to shapeshift. You need to learn how to get in a bed of thieves and snakes and know how to handle yourself. Stop letting people devour you. Because a lot of you are much more powerful than these people know you to be. And it's taking situations like this for you to show you how powerful you are. Like I said, some people, and I talked about this months ago. One thing about me, like I said, I will get the channel messages. I'm so quick to give them to other, give them to the collective. But it's like, I need to go, seriously, fun fact, I never listen to my readings. Once I upload a reading, I'm done. I never listen to them, ever. Maybe I need to. But some of these people, like I said, they've paid practitioners. They've done all of this work to knock you down and you're still standing. You don't have to do anything. You can say a prayer and it's over for them. Like that song, The Dark Horse. You got to stop being the unicorn and learn to show people that you're the dark horse.
You got to let that dark side come out sometimes.
I think in that song it says, she's a beast, I call her she's a beast, I call her karma. She'll eat your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Damn.
Be careful, try not to lead her on.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Some of you, this is your lovers, your friends, your family. You love these people with everything that you had, and they played you to the left. They chose the darkness. Being sweet is who you are, and it's great. But you cannot always allow people in this world where it's so much darkness to take advantage of you, to take your kindness for weakness. I know all of it seems so cliche, but it's time for us all to wake up. Some people get so caught up in love and light, love and light, love and light. Okay, it's still demons amongst us. Every day. It's way more dark people than there are light. Light just happens to be very powerful and can obviously drown out the darkness, but it's like, or drive out the darkness. But we have to, as people of light who are chosen, you have to work extra hard, or you have to go through a lot to recognize that light. But once you recognize it, you need to learn how to use it. Stop being naive and gullible. And I'm saying that to myself as well. Stop going out here trying to be the freaking unicorn, thinking that it's all rainbows, unicorns, lollipops, Marvin Gaye, and lingerie, because it's not. Some people, you sleeping in the bed with your enemy. You hanging out every other day and talking to your best friend, and your best friend is a closet witch who's meeting with a whole group of witches under the moon doing death rituals on you. That's the truth. And some of these people, you guys, when you're new to your gifts and you haven't tapped in, you don't know. Nobody will tell you what gifts they have. All these different spirits and people astral projecting and traveling and all this other stuff. You see, and it was funny because you see certain things on TV shows. I think about that show Behind Her Eyes. I don't watch TV. I don't turn my TV on sometimes for months at a time. I don't watch TV, but whenever spirit leads me to watch a show and I binge watch it, it's always a message there. Think about that show Behind Her Eyes. For those of you who have watched it, there are people literally out here jumping in other people's bodies who they are crazy obsessed with, killing people, directing people to do certain things, whether they're conscious or unconscious, all for their own personal agenda. Queen of the moon, goddess of the moon. These people, they know the moon. They know astrology. They know things that perhaps they think you don't know, or maybe you don't know, and they're using it for evil. Off with their heads, though. Off with their heads. Look, friendship. Some of you, it's your friends. Let's see what's coming in though. Why are these people, look, they hate your life purpose. Some people are so upset that you are strong enough to actually be in your life purpose and they're not. Some people, they want to understand, where exactly do you get all of this strength from? What is in your family tree that allows you to be so strong? Some of these people, like I said too, it's past life things. Their family and your family could have been battling at some point. It's a different story for everyone. These people, they want you to be grieving. But everything that they wished on you to bring about grief in your life, they're going to experience it. And what you're going to gain a bunch of courage from this. You're learning now that you have to take things by force, because everything that you've gone through with these people is actually pushing you more into your life purpose. You have blessings coming. These people have been tampering with your dreams. They didn't want your spirit guides to come into your dreams to actually teach you and guide you and lead you the way to prosperity. But one of your greatest gifts and talents is your willpower. You get knocked down and you stand right back up. This time though, I'm hearing for some of you, this is the last time you'll be knocked down by this particular giant. This is like David and Goliath. This giant here is just killed themselves. Because everything that they did to you it's failing miserably. It's going to backfire. Your hands will be clean of this. You don't have to kill this person. This person killed themselves. You don't have to do anything here. The fact that you recognize this, that's all you have to do. Because like I said, spirit, your angels, your ancestors, y'all, we're in a matrix, period. All they wanted was for you to finally get to that place in the game where you came across this giant and you were able to slay the giant. That's it. Think about it like just like a video game of life. Once you slay this giant, you don't see them anymore in the game. That's why sometimes you stay up late, you wake up playing video games, you go to bed playing. It's the same thing in life. You go through the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Constantly trying to slay this one dragon, this one giant. Because once you get rid of them and you go to the next level, you don't see it anymore. But now you have to prepare for the next thing. Some of you have things coming up in your life. You have to know how to deal with this type of energy or this entity moving forward. Look at this, trust and truth. You have to learn how to trust yourself when you are given the truth, as well as when you are not provided with the truth. Because Spirit is saying now you have good luck, prosperity coming in, and we needed to teach you how to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries in these situations with these people who come in cloaking themselves as wolves in sheep's clothing. Some of you have been in denial for so long and you have trust issues. You don't know how to trust yourself. So when people are lying to you, you think they're telling you the truth. When people are telling you the truth, you think they're lying. It's because people have been in your energy field for so long. You needed to learn boundaries. Now, there was a very, very strong message that I got, and I have a very unique connection even to animals. I had a very strong message that was delivered to me the other day. Some of you, fertility. Some you are birthing babies, businesses, or whatever. You must learn how to protect your baby. I have readings and I've talked about having the golden womb. You must know how to protect.
lovely Capricorns, looking at big Empress energy, where we get into your energy and your energy. Okay, how are my lovely Capricorns doing? I hope all of you guys are doing well. Appreciate you guys so much. Love you guys so much. You already know that. Let's get into it. This is going to be, what are the sacred symbols that currently represent you? Okay, what sacred symbols do you currently reflect right now at this current moment, Capricorn? So please remember, this is a general message. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Claim what you want and do not claim what you don't want, okay? If you're looking for something more personal in regards to your situation, all that information on how to contact me is in my description box below, along with links to my other channels and ways to donate to the channel if you would like. Do appreciate you guys in advance for all the love, donations, comments, everything. So appreciative. Love you guys. I have so much gratitude towards my Capricorn channel. Let's tap in with the Capricorns who are currently watching. Let's also clear our energy space one more time, because I always do prior. This might be a little loud, so if you want to low down your volume, now's the time. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. If you already haven't, what you waiting for? Show your girl some love. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, right? Especially if this message resonates with you or if you claim it. Of course, we're going to be pulling from the Sacred Symbols Oracle to see which sacred symbol you're representing currently. Also, ring the notification bell so you know when I upload new messages for you guys. Let's get it. What are the sacred symbols that are currently representing my Capricorns that are tuned in, Spirit? Let's see. What are the sacred symbols that are currently... Oh, we got a few there. Oh, 3 more. Perfect. Okay, so you guys have safe travel, and it's the number 30. You could be 30 years old. 30 could be significant to you. We have gratitude, the number 35. You could be 35 years old, right? 35 could be significant. Then you have home, which is the number 10. You guys could definitely, your favorite color could definitely be green or a type of green. Then you have storm, the number 21. You could be 21 years old. Message, the number 33. So there could be a lot of people who's in their 30s tapped in right now with that message card. And then the number 7, you have guides. It's getting like Aquarius energy with that symbol. And then you have trust, the number 16. So basically, Capricorn, the sacred symbols that are currently representing you, it's basically a message from Spirit, honestly. I feel like this is more a message from Spirit, but it does represent you in a way as well. So you guys have safe travels. If you plan on traveling soon, please know that you will be safe. Please know that you are protected, you are watched after. You do have guides that are guiding you, that are watching you. So if you travel for work, if you've been traveling, right, you could have recently came back from some type of traveling, you are safe while you were traveling, or you're going to be safe when you travel, okay? If safety is something you worry about, especially maybe if you're traveling alone, right? Please know that you are safe. And not only with traveling, I feel like navigating your whole life. Through navigating your whole life and everything that you go through, please know that you are safe, you are guided, you are protected, okay, with that safe travels. I also feel like when people are in your energy, right, the people that are in your energy as well, they do feel safe around you, right? You're also a good travel partner. I feel like, you know, you're the person or you're the friend where people are like, I could travel with Capricorn, right? So many benefits. You guys are like organized, right? You guys are practical. You guys are going to be on time. Like there's so many benefits to traveling with a Capricorn. So I feel like you're definitely the friend or the family member, right? That is nice to travel with. Point blank period, right? You could really know how to navigate too. You could be really good at being on the opposite side of the world, but still being able to navigate, not only through, of course, some type of help, maybe a map or something. You just probably understand maps more than most people, something like that, right? Very intelligent. You could have an Aquarius in your chart. Then you guys have gratitude. So I definitely get that you're in a time right now, Capricorn, where you are very grateful for everything that's going on, right? Especially if you've been having things your way, right? You've been able to travel and just...
Somebody just told me today that I was their navigator.
navigate through life knowing that you are protected, you are safe. I feel like you're so grateful for that. You have a lot of gratitude towards the people who watch over you, right? The people you believe in, the people who watch over you, just your life in general. I feel like also people that are in your life, they have a lot of gratitude towards you as well, Capricorn, because like I said, you are someone, especially when it comes to traveling, that people just feel safe. You know, they feel, I'm hearing equipped, they feel content with being with you in another country, right? So you have people, even if it has nothing to do with traveling, you do have people that are grateful for having you in their life, okay? You are like the candle that, you know, brightens up a dark room, right? And people are super grateful because of that, is what I'm getting with that candle right there. Okay, and I really do get that you're just grateful no matter what you're going through in life right now. I feel like you have a lot of gratitude. Then we have home. So I definitely feel that some of you could be traveling because of a home situation, right? So that could be you looking for a home, you know, somewhere else, you know, different state, country, you name it, right? You could be looking for a home, right? You could be looking for the energy of home as well, right? You could actually be a person who travels a lot and you don't really have like a home base. Of course, you have a home base, right? Wherever you are from, but that might not even feel like home anymore. So you guys could really be navigating through life looking for a person, I don't know why I said a person, but it could be a person or a place that feels like home. I feel like that's the energy. You could also be an energy of just appreciating your home, the home that you are in now, the home that you have created for yourself, right? Having a lot of gratitude towards everything, especially your home. Your home represents your stability. It's like your root chakra, okay? And as earth sign, you guys are all about being grounded and being stable. So home is very, very important to you guys, okay? So like that's what you also represent. I feel like to other people, you represent home, right? So whoever feels that way towards you, you definitely have that homey energy. It's just like, oh, you can also be a homie, right? But no, it's just like when people are comfortable around you. I'm telling you, people feel safe, people feel protected, people feel heard, whatever the case may be. You definitely have this home energy to you. With the storm card here, you definitely could have been experiencing some type of storm in your life, which is, you know, just some cloudy, rainy days perhaps, or maybe some really rocky waves, right? So some days when you're up and down, or your emotions are really getting the best of you. You definitely could have been in this energy. But what's beautiful, even through the storm, you're still grateful. You still show gratitude, right? Even through the storm, right? Maybe some of you know how to drive a boat or something like that. Like I said, you're really good at navigating. To be out there in the sea, listen, I know that takes some type of skill, wisdom, education, intuition, instinct, all of that, right? To be like a captain, maybe you have your own boat. Maybe you're not a captain, but you just have your own boat, right? Whatever the case may be, you might like to be in water, but I feel like even when things are rocky in the water, whether it's literally or not, right? But I feel like you guys know how to navigate through the storm is what I'm getting. And please know that while you're going through the storm and you're going through all that stormy weather, that you are safe. You are protected, okay, with that safe travels, right? Some of you could be planning a cruise or something, or you could have recently been on a boat where things got a little scary. but you was able to make it out in some way with the storm, right? So whether it has to do with your life being stormy or you literally being in some type of storm, right? Regardless, you're safe, you're protected, and you were able to navigate your way out of that, right? That's definitely what I'm getting. You're going to be receiving a message soon. I also feel like you're a messenger, right? One of your purpose on this earth could be to relay messages to people in some way, right? You could be relaying message from source. You could just be a person. You could be a mailman, like you could whatever, a mail lady. But that could definitely be one of your purposes for who's resonating with that. That you are put on this earth to give messages to certain people, right? But also, I really do feel like you have a message coming to you soon. It could be a message of gratitude, somebody being very grateful for you, right? Or you showing gratitude to someone else. I just heard some of you write to spirit, or you write to whoever it is that you believe in, source, right? Like maybe you have a little journal and you write. I feel like I'm hearing those messages never go unheard, right? Maybe you're not the type to talk to source, to God, whoever it is that you believe in, right? Out loud. Maybe you're more of a writer, right? And you're being heard if that's what you do as well, right? Even when you're giving out messages to people, you're being heard. Please know that whoever needs to hear that message is going to hear it, right? So, and then you have guides, the number 7. I do want to look, this is the only card that I do want to look in the book for, simply because I'm just guided to do so, and it's the guides card. But intuitively, I just get that you are guided. You are guided through those stormy days, right? You are guided when you're traveling. You're guided through life, right? I feel like you feel it, you know it, and it's beautiful. A lot of you are really connected to source or whoever it is that you believe in at this moment in this energy. And it is very beautiful. It's like you're listening to your guides. You're grateful for your guides, right? You're getting messages. You're showing gratitude. A lot of you could literally be lighting like a candle or something for your guides or whoever you believe in. But we're going to look in the book for this one with guides. And then with the trust card, I definitely get that you are trusted. You are trusted here on earth, right? You are trusted to give out certain messages, Capricorn. I feel like your spirit guides, source, whoever it is that you believe in, trusts you to relay these messages out perfectly. I feel like you do things exactly how you should. Like, whatever it is that you're saying is exactly what you're supposed to be saying, because the people who need to hear it are going to hear it. And they, again, your guides trust you with the message that you are, giving to others. So know that. I feel like you're also a trusting human being. People trust you, right? Trust doesn't come easy, but people do give you trust, probably more than others, honestly, because the way you carry yourself, the way you make people feel with this home card and the safe travels, right? You could be working on your trust right now in a certain situation. There's a need. There's also the message of having trust. Trust in your guides. Trust in yourself, right? Especially when you're navigating through life. Trust in yourself. Know that if you feel like the map is saying you got to take a left and you feel like it's a right, double check. Definitely double check, but trust in yourself. I feel like you are guided with your guides. Your guides send messages through you so they won't steer you wrong, right? But let's get into the guides one. This number 7, so we're all up here. This is beautiful energy. Hold on. Sorry if my energy is down. Like, I'm still struggling with my ear infection, guys, so bear with me. But it says your spirit guides and ancestors are calling to you now. They surround you with their love and protection. Like I said, you guys are, I didn't say you were loved, but you should already know you are super loved, Capricorn, but you are very protected as well. And also offer their wisdom, that those messages, they're offering your wisdom. They're offering you wisdom, their wisdom through the messages. So pay attention to the signs and synchronicities, the messages, however it is that you get in contact with your source, your angels, your ancestors, right? This is a moth. You could have been seeing moths lately, right? Especially on trees. I know they like to blend in and camouflage. There's something about that now that I said that. It says, allow these helping spirits into your world. You are not alone. So be open. Continue to be open, okay? Be open to the messages from your spirits, your most high spirits, okay? And know that you're not alone. It says, meditate on this when you need assistance from your spiritual team. So definitely come back to this message when you feel like you need assistance from your spiritual team. But regardless, I feel like you are very much connected.
Aries, hello, welcome back to my channel, Aries. I hope everybody is doing well. All right, Aries, we're going to go ahead and get into an energy check-in for you. We're going to see what is the most important for you to know at this time. Please keep in mind it is general, it is collective, so every message will not be for you, Aries. Although you are Aries, you can have no messages in this reading, okay? So check your other placements, Aries. It just depends on the energy that you're in. Yeah, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for the love and the support. You are appreciated. If you like love and career readings, okay, broken down by zodiac sign, the link to Patreon is below, so definitely check it out. All right, so let's get into it. Current energy check-in for Aries. What's going on with Aries? What does Aries need to know? This is a current energy check-in, Aries, but it will linger because time is fluid, okay? But we're going to see what's going on with you right now, or what you need to know at this time. All right, what do we have for Aries? What's going on with Aries? Current energy check-in for Aries. Please and thank you. What's going on? The Lovers, Aries, what you got going on? You could be dealing with the Gemini having highly aspect. If something has something to do with a certain spiritual connection, though. Something that has something to do with family. Okay, yeah, there's a new beginning here. Yeah, it looks like you had a choice to make. The Lovers card is also a choice. All right. So let's see, what do we have? What's going on? You got the Moon. Okay. So something deals with some kind of hidden emotions, okay? Yeah, there's some kind of communication here behind the scenes. Yeah, or something has come to light. Maybe you were even left out of the loop of whatever this is. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like you could be cutting your losses here, or it's something like that. But I feel like you're just happy and relaxed, current energy. Yeah, it looks like you could be going to dinner with somebody, or, you're having in-depth conversations, or you're talking to someone and it kind of, maybe it gets emotional, whatever this is. Yeah, it does look like somebody wants to tell you something. Somebody could want to confess something to you, okay? Like how they feel about something, or yeah. Or this could be you, or maybe you're talking to someone about whatever this is, whatever these hidden emotions and feelings are. Yeah. All right, let's see. There could be a Cancer involved here. What's going on with Aries? Ace of Cups. Wow, Aries. Are you in love? You could be. Yeah. Hey, look, something's going on. You got the Two of Pentacles here, a choice, okay? And you got the Eight of Wands. There's communication. There's back and forth communication here. The Tower. I feel like somebody just wants to burst through and tell you all all that they've been holding back from you, or something like that. Okay, let's try to shuffle this out again. Yeah, somebody wants to express some kind of secret, whatever. Now, somebody could have been two-faced here with the Two of Pentacles being here, having secret communications with someone or something like that. Yeah, they either talking to somebody who's two-faced, or they were two-faced towards you, is what it looks like, talking about you behind your back, or whatever the case. Because it is the Moon card here, and there was so yeah. Anyway, whatever it is, it could make you emotional. Look at that Five of Wands. Yeah. So there's some kind of communication going on behind your back, or this a secret or whatever. Like I said, another two of wands, page of cups, 4 cups, something that you're out of the loop of, that somebody, just been running off on you. 7 of swords, 7 of cups, because they're in an illusion and confused or whatever. But it looks like something's coming to a close and you're working. Yeah. So okay, Aries. Yeah. It looks good. I mean, or at least you feel like it does. Yeah, I feel like you're just, whatever is going on behind your back, I mean, it's petty. It's petty, it's little, it's small. I mean, your reading literally has nothing out here but, a spiritual connection, and whoever you're supposed to be in a spiritual connection with being two-faced to you, or talking and gossiping with others behind your back, like they ain't saying it to your face, or whatever the case. It just looks like it's real little to me. Yeah, so whatever this is, whatever the secret is, it don't make or break you. It just looks like somebody is becoming the people that they're around. That's what this is, or they are the people that they're around. They're in this 5 of wands. That's why it's so petty. Okay, let me get one on the Lovers card. Yeah. And we're seeing that 7 of swords and the 7 of cups. This is the energy of like people not seeing who they're gossiping with or talking behind your back with, or snaking them, and they have them in an illusion. This would be people who, this is giving me kind of validation energy, like where people like really need you, like, or something like that. We kind of were getting the same thing in Pisces reading. You got the Queen of Swords, yeah. So something can have something to do with the Gemini, or somebody could be saying something, yeah. Somebody's been saying something about you, is what it looks like. And this could be somebody else, to whoever's on the other side of this, whoever is on the other side of your connection. It's like somebody's filling somebody's head with something, or that's what's been happening. Somebody's been manipulating a situation, spinning it to their liking, making it to where I don't know. It's confusing to me. Don't you see? I mean, the boss is leaving. Okay. Your energy is exiting, is what it looks like to me. It looks like you're pulling back your energy. You're calling your power back, is what it looks like to me, in every aspect of the word, in every realm. And you're walking away from a situation. It looks like this person is getting cut out. Yeah, that's what this is. So you're standing up for yourself, Aries. So this could really be you like sitting in like a leadership position, or sitting in a boss position where you can employ, or you determine what level people gonna be in your life, like in a work position, like you actually can cut checks or something like that, or that's the position that you're working towards, like you're elevating towards that position. This person already cut out before they can get a role. Yeah, that's what this is, or you're cutting somebody out of a certain role in your life. Let me get one on the Moon card. Yeah. Look at this, the Moon card. It's something that somebody's keeping from you. I'm telling you, there's somebody here that's been two-faced towards you for a minute. They've been wearing a mask for a minute, and that's all it is. It's like now that, the cat's out the bag here, Aries, it just looks like you just, it's their loss. You don't care. Yeah, somebody's been wearing a mask. They not realizing that really they're being talked about. It's like whatever this is, because I mean, there's some kind of like mirroring of energy going on. So it's like whatever somebody feels like they're doing to you is being done to them. But I feel like you're above whatever this is. Like, I feel like you don't know, but they're not really telling you either. Something has something to do with someone that you love, or that you're well acquainted with, or whatever the case, or you work with, you employ. They've been around you for a minute, and they've been wearing a mask. They talk about you behind your back. They hope they're not giving, they don't reciprocate with you. This is the 4 of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles. And they've been doing this for a while now, and thinking that they won't be eliminated. They're not putting in the effort. This is literally giving me like a lazy worker or something. But somebody will